northern San Diego. We are in the town of Vista at the California Training Facility, otherwise known as the CATF, which plays host to X Games 2021 as we get set to kick off Wendy's BMX Street. Hello everyone, I'm Jimmy Coleman here in the booth alongside Scotty Kramer. We got Jack Matrani out there in the field tonight. And well, Scotty, you can talk about X Games BMX Street without mentioning the most dominant guy in the field. That's Garrett Reynolds, and he is chasing a potential record out here tonight.
Tonight, Garrett Reynolds can get his 14th X Games gold medal. Now, the thing that's so crazy about that is he can tie the likes of Dave Mirra and Jamie Bestwick. He could be the most decorated X Games BMX athlete of all time, but that means he's only one medal behind Shaun White at 15 gold medals. So this is a big night for Garrett Reynolds.
It's an amazing stat, and doing that in the span of 12 years as well. Another rider in the field to talk about, let's mention Felix Prangenberg, coming off of a silver medal at X Games Shanghai in 2019.
Felix Prangenberg is coming off of an amazing Real BMX video part, but this guy is so consistent in his competition runs. He is dialed, so it's not going to be easy for Garrett Reynolds at all, but statistics show that Garrett can do it.
Well, it's definitely going to be one for the X Games history books here at Wendy's BMX Street. We talked about two riders to watch for in the field. However, it is a field of 8 out here tonight. And, well, it is a 30-minute jam session, and it's the best run that counts out here tonight that's hopefully going to get you on that X Games podium and walking away with gold. Scotty, we talked about Garrett Reynolds. We talked about Felix Prangenberg. You also got to mention Chad Curley, one of the few guys who's ever actually beaten Garrett in this event in the history of the X Games.
There's no doubt about that, but Chad did end up injuring both of his ankles. He has fractures in both of his ankles from filming his Real BMX parts, so I don't know exactly how much that's holding him back. I just saw a clip on his Instagram doing a crazy line with a nose wheelie and a bar spin in, so hopefully he can ride flawless tonight and give Garrett a run for his money.
You've also got Dennis Anderson in the field. He's a 2-time former silver medalist in this event. I mean, this is a stacked field out here, and you can see, I mean, there's a lot of obstacles out here on this course, and I mean, let's just talk about the technicality that's going to be involved out here this evening.
Yeah, technical is the word for sure. There's rails everywhere here. Now, one thing about this course is that it runs pretty long ways, so these guys will be able to link up lines. So they'll do like a grind, land in a manual or a nose manual, and be able to continue on.
Here we go. We are ready to kick things off here for Wendy's BMX Street. We're going to start it off with Lowell, Massachusetts, Matt Ray. He is a former silver medalist in this event. As a matter of fact, he got that silver medal at his second X Games appearance in Minneapolis in 2019. So he is going to kick things off. It is a 30-minute jam session. The runs are 45 seconds in length, and we are underway with Matt Ray.
Nice up rail to hard 180 bar spin right there. So a lot of these guys are going to be doing switch and regular tricks. It's going to be 2 different ways, but look at that double truck driver down that step right there, throwing the bars twice. Such a great start for Matt Ray. And look at that, doing the double peg grind to nose manual to 180 across the looks like that. That was so beautiful.
Just so smooth, so dialed.
Oh, wow, look at that. Bars into the pegs and then bars out. People hard 180, straight into a low flare.
I mean, there's not a lot of transition on that structure there down to the last couple of seconds here. So Matt Ray is putting it together to get things started, and that is going to do it with a solid 45 seconds. That is a great way to start off a comp, Scotty.
Now, Matt Ray's been carrying so much more momentum into his riding when it comes to competitions. And just check this out right here. This is my big freak out moment when he did the double truck. So you see the bars go around twice. He's got to catch it, and he's got to land flat. So you saw all that impact coming down on the body. You need to make sure he was secure. And this one is just crazy to be in a BMX street competition. It should be in a video part. Doing that nose manual all the way across, there's no brakes to feather to hold yourself up. It's nothing but balance on that front end. So that's amazing.
So this is how it works. I mentioned it's a 30-minute jam session. They're going to run in the same order throughout the competition. 8 athletes. The runs are 45 seconds in length. That's the max amount of time. If you have a fall before 45 seconds, that will end your run, and it's your better of all of your best of all of your runs that counts. As we take a look at Tucson, Arizona's Kevin Perazza.
Oh, I love it, especially starting out just the way he did. This is Kevin Perazza's first time in BMX Street, and I am loving what I'm seeing so far. He is flying around the course. He's bringing a different kind of energy that you don't really see in the street competitions. But that's what's so cool about it, because we want to see riders ride differently. We want to see him mix it up. But look at that. He can still do the Smith and nose to Marsman at the nose thing right there. So he can do technical tricks.
I guess I should correct myself. Tucson's his hometown. He's a San Diego resident these days as of February of last year.
Wow, and a smile on his face, of course, just like always. That doesn't change between a park or turf or street, apparently.
See, with that little foot dab there, if you hear that horn before 45 seconds, that means they've deemed that a fall, so that will end the run as we take a look at some replays.
Look at that. It's a huge wall ride to tail whip. And the speed factor, bringing that much speed on this course, it shocked me at first. I'm like, where's he going to go? But look at this. A half cab tail whip, so landing backwards and then 180 out and correcting yourself forwards with the tail whip.
So one thing we haven't mentioned yet, you're not going to see scores. In the past, you've seen scores up on the leaderboard. This is a live ranking with the judges, so you'll never see a number. What you will see is that ranking. The names will move around on the leaderboard. This is one of the guys we talked about at the top of the show, a former silver medalist, Felix Prangenberg out of Germany.
Felix is such an amazing rider. Look at that, up rail to hard 540. Are you kidding me? This is ridiculous riding. Look at that combination. I didn't even see that coming. What a way to start the run.
I mean, we're only 3 guys deep into this competition. We haven't even gone through a full 4 minutes yet, and it's already looking like this.
And I'll be honest with you, I said it from the get-go. When I saw this rider list, I was like, any of these guys can be on this podium tonight. And it just goes to show right here. Felix is riding amazing. Nice bar spin to ice pick grind right there.
So there's a full 45 seconds for Mr. Prangenberg. Again, your X Games Shanghai 2019 silver medalist, also competing in real BMX this year.
Look how high he pops up out of that grind right there, the hard 540. So he's spinning away from the rail. He's got to clear the rail with his wheel to be able to get that spin so fast. Such a technical trick.
So Matt Ray sits in that top spot as of right now, followed by Kevin Perazza. Oh no, Felix Prangenberg finds himself in that top spot. So again, I mean, we said this a couple of times, but can't say it enough. I mean, this is a great start to this competition right here. Another former silver medalist in this event. He got a silver medal as a rookie at X Games Sydney in 2018. This is Australia's Lewis Mills.
Wow, he just did tires down the rail to bar spin. That is such a difficult trick to do in competition. Smith on the rail to bar spin out as well. Now you're going to see a lot of different styles of these guys. There's going to be fast-paced stuff. There's going to be guys that are going to be slow and doing more technical grinds. And the technical stuff is really hard to do in a competition right there.
Hey, double peg grind up that rail to 180 out.
Oh man, he just slipped out right there on that full cab on the way down. But that run was looking really good for Lewis.
So 5 minutes down, just under 25 minutes left to go here in this jam session at Wendy's BMX Street. Again, runs are 45 seconds in length, or a fall will end the run prematurely. Taking a look at Alex Donachie here, your X Games City 2018 BMX Street gold medalist.
I can't handle this. There's just so much technical, crazy rail trips that are happening right here. It's so wild to see. And like, let's talk about Alex's style. This guy is so technical on rails. Oh, look at that. You shouldn't be able to hop into a cricket grind. And look at that over toothpick to manual to cricket grind to 180. That was perfect as well.
What a combo line that was. 15 seconds left in this run for Alex.
Wow. Up a cricket grind to 360 out of the rail. So I'm going to go out and say it. This street competition right now is next level. Not only to peg so hard 180.
And we've still got 23 plus minutes left to go here.
I'm in shock right now. This is unbelievable riding that we are seeing.
Well, we'll get to some highlights here in a second, but just it's Prangenberg, Ray, and Mills, your 1, 2, 3 as of right now.
So look at this, over to toothpick grind. He's locked into a manual, comes over to the next rail, pops up, he lands in a cricket grind, so you can see he's on both sides of the bike right there. And now he's spinning a 180 out of it. Absolutely perfect. The technicality of that run, so that was up there.
That'll put him in the #2 spot. So looking at a silver medal potentially here. Lots of time still left to go. We have yet to go all the way through the run order. What would Wendy's BMX Street be without some tweets from Wendy? She says perfect scores to anyone who eats Wendy's spicy nugs during their run. Well, we appreciate the enthusiasm there, Wendy, but that wouldn't be very fair. And what would the tiebreaker be at that point if everybody did it? You'd have to see who would chug a Frosty the fastest. I don't know. I think we'll stick with live ranking here. But keep your eyes on it, Wendy, because things are going off here at BMX Street. Dennis Anderson, another San Diego native on course there. Oh, look at that wall ride.
Pocket wall ride out of that bank right there. Look at him bringing the speed with the follow cam. Nice, huge wall ride out of that extension on that quarter pipe. Gap to feeble to bar spin right there. And that was a switch bar spin. Gonna point that one out. Likes to grind up and over the A-frame rail. Switch whip up that small Euro. Now, Dennis can ride everything. We know he's been on the park, he's been on the dirt. He's also medaled in street. This guy is the real deal on a BMX bike.
I mean, going back to 2010 and 2011, X Games LA, he got double silvers in both park and street those years.
Yeah, his consistency is just on a different level when it comes to just showing up and being confident on your bike. This guy is second to none.
So under 22 minutes left to go here in Wendy's BMX Street. Felix Prangenberg sitting in that top spot, but let's look at some highlights. Look at that.
Yeah, I love the use of the course right there. Going fast on a course like this and trying to do something different than just using the rail or using the ledge. I love that.
So 21.5 minutes to go. You are looking at another San Diego native. This is Chad Curley. As we mentioned earlier in the show, this is one of the only guys to actually ever beat Garrett when it comes to BMX Street here at the X Games. And this guy is just so smooth, so dialed, and known for excellent bike control skills.
Yes, and his style is just so good. And I like seeing that truck driver down that stair set because we know that he had the fractures in his ankles, so that means he's feeling good. Switch pegs up to manual, to Smith, to nose, to bar spin. Beautiful combination for Chad.
That's just exemplary of what I was talking about right there. Just that bike control, how smooth he is. Hangs on here.
That was a good combination. I love seeing the use of the rails and the ledges with the bar spins in and out of the tricks. Nice nollie to bar spin to manual to crooked to 180. I'm giggling right now because I'm looking at the clock and I just know that we have 20 plus more minutes of this riding.
We're not even a third of the way through this thing yet. And as you mentioned earlier, I mean, he fractured both of his ankles jumping over the fence next to the 16 stair set at Hollywood High while filming for Real BMX. He was off his bike all of last month to rehab. I mean, he fractured both his ankles in May. And he's out here doing this.
Yeah, it doesn't really add up, doesn't it? But it looks like he's doing just fine. Look at that crooked grind to 180 right there. But he was mixing up. He did the big truck driver out down the set of stairs. He was doing the grind tricks as well.
Well, before Garrett Reynolds drops, let's hear his thoughts on this year's X Games in this Wendy's athlete profile.
My name is Garrett Reynolds. I'm 30 years old. I'm from Toms River, New Jersey, and I'm a professional BMX rider.
The man, the myth, and a legend of sport, Garrett Reynolds dropping in from Toms River, New Jersey.
As weird as it might be, COVID has helped the BMX industry quite a bit, just because a lot of people are getting back into being outside and riding bikes with their kids, and I feel like also a lot of older heads are getting back into it because they had all this free time. The group of people that would be invited to this contest, we don't get to see each other very often. You don't see what everyone's working on collectively together. So I think there will be a lot of surprises and different tricks being thrown in there because, one, people are excited, but two, there's been so much time, you know. Time's the perfect thing for progression.
Well, that's fitting because Garrett's been known for throwing us surprises over the years. And as we talked about at the top of the show, 11-time X Games Street gold medals, 13 gold medals overall. The other two come from Real BMX Gold in 2016 and 2020. And he's in for his first attempt.
Already, he just did 180 to backwards, toothpick down the rail to 180 out. Tires up to bar spin to bar spin.
By the way, Chad Curley jumped up into third place. Oh!
Very uncharacteristic fall for Garrett there. That's things to see because there's a lot of tricks that he did before that were Really hard, really difficult.
Uncharacteristic, but still a lot of time left on the clock, and it is best run that counts out here at Wendy's BMX Street. So we've gone through one round of runs out here. There's still 20 minutes left to go on the clock. As of right now, it's your X Games Shanghai 2019 silver medalist, Felix Prangenberg, sitting in the top spot. Well, you can't join us in person this year, but be sure to visit XFest on XGames.com. It's filled with music, games, experiences, and prizes. Check out XGames.com/XFest and register now. Welcome back, everyone, to Vista, California, here inside the TF for Wendy's BMX Street out here. We have about 10 minutes off the clock here with 20 minutes left to go in our jam session. It's Felix Prangenberg sitting in that silver medal spot, or bronze, or gold medal spot as of right now. However, there's still lots of time left on that clock. Getting another tweet from Wendy's out here. This time around, if these BMX streets could talk, they'd tell you Wendy's is the official spicy nugs of the X Games. Well, Wendy, we don't need the streets to tell us that. You're the entitlement sponsor of the event, so that's why we call it Wendy's BMX Street. But let's get back to business. We go back up to the top of the order. Again, Felix Prangenberg sitting in that top spot, followed by Alex Donaghy and Chad Curley, your 1, 2, 3. But it is best run that counts out here in this event, so it is far from over as we kick off round 2 with Matt Ray.
Amazing start again. Up rail, hard 180 to bar spin, 2 bar spins. Nice nose bar off of the ledge. Bar spin to ice pick as well. 540 bar spin out of that quarter pipe right there. It's just so crazy to see, guys. I love how he did that as well. He made a half cap with a bar spin out of that 540. Nice. Full cap truck down him.
He had a
the only rider's going sideways as well. A lot of guys are going back and forth this way.
Big first run to start it off. He now finds himself on the outside looking in, sitting in that 4th place spot. There's that flare again on that. How tall do you think that quarter is? Like 3 feet?
Not tall enough. That's where it should be.
Not tall enough, Scotty says. So coming up on 19 minutes to go here in Wendy's BMX Street as we take another look at Matt Ray's second attempt.
Yeah, so he did the 540, but look, he did the half cap 180 bar out of it. So it's awesome to have that much confidence in your riding. You're like, all right, let me just try to get as many points on the board as possible. Taking very good use of his opportunity.
So that'll bump him back in. So he bumps up 1 spot. So he'll send Chad Curley down to 4th place. So Matt Ray will jump into podium contention there. And here we go with Kevin Perazza competing in park, street, and dirt out here at X Games 2021. Oh, just getting hung up coming off that wall ride.
Bummer. That was a Wara 2 tail whip, but it was an opposite tail whip. It was a downside tail whip as well. So he definitely upped it from his run number 1.
So the runs are 45 seconds in length, or if you fall, that will end the run early. If you're just joining us.
Yeah, so you see he just kicks the bike and he just didn't have the right pop off the wall to be able to get back into the quarter pipe right.
So he'll have to sit it out here for the meantime, and we'll look to see more of him in round number 3. Your X Games Shanghai 2019 Street silver medalist sits in the top spot as of right now, and he's in for 45 seconds.
Oh, wow. That was a nollie to feeble to nose, hard 180 out. So technical. Coming with some speed again. Oh, man. So he was going to do a hard spin off of that rail, but sometimes, you just can't get the right pop off of it. You're only grinding up on pegs that are, only a few inches long. So using all that momentum and all that speed to pop off of there, sometimes it backfires on you.
So we'll have to look to round number 3. So we get set to bring in Lewis Mills. Lewis sits in that number 5 spot, kind of wedged in there between Dennis Anderson and Chad Curley as of right now.
Nice, he did it again. The tires down, a bar spin on that long rail right there. Not a lot of people know this about Lewis, but he's an amazing painter as well. So much talent on and off the bike. But in run number 2 right now, oh, it was so close.
Yeah, actually owns a studio, Lewis Mills Art. You can follow him on Instagram at Lewis Mills Art.
Yeah, and his painting is, it's jaw-dropping. It really is. It's crazy to think that he is just that talented on a bike, but when it comes to painting, it's unreal.
So we're just under 16.5 minutes left to go here in Wendy's BMX Street. It's Felix Prangenberg in that top spot, followed by Alex Donachie. And Matt Ray here in round 2 has jumped back up into that top 3. Speaking of Mr. Donachie, he is up next here. As you mentioned before, gold medal in BMX Street at X Games Sydney 2018. He was the first Scottish athlete to medal at X Games when he accomplished that feat.
Grind to hard 180 out in the middle of an X Games run somehow. Look at that, crook to 180. Just those 4 tricks alone, like it's just unreal. I haven't seen him do that one before. I'll go out there and say that. Oh man, just fell apart once again, bringing all that speed to the up rail, and you're just trying to grind on the pegs, but he was going up crooked as well. So he's crossing the bike over the top of the rail. The pegs get even shorter that way. So, but check this out. He does crank arm up, pops up to double peg grind, and then spins a hard 180 out away from the rail. So technical, but I love this ice pick grind to hard 180. He was just holding it locked in the whole way down. He knew, he's like, all right, I got this. But this is where it all fell apart. Just so much speed, and the bike just couldn't do it. Just not enough rail and peg connection there.
So he will stay in that number 2 spot for now, as we are under 15 minutes left to go out here. So we're just past the halfway point. Dennis Anderson. Dennis sitting down there in that number 6 position. He's another one that suffered an injury earlier this year. March 2021, tore his right PCL. No surgery, just physical therapy. Just recovered this month.
Oh, look at that big wall ride again on that big extension. Oh, man.
See how fast he was going?
He was flying, and for his back peg to miss right there, he got really lucky to be able to continue on that crank arm slide.
Man, he was moving. So again, a fall will end the run. It's best run that counts out here. Keep that in mind. We've seen some falls here in the second round, but it is the best run that counts out here. Well, Chad Curley's in X Games mode, and we are trending on TikTok. To all of our fans out there, if you want to join in, check out the X Games mode hashtag challenge and show us what happens when you're on X Games mode. Taking a little look at Chad Curley. Some practice here earlier in the week. He was in podium contention, got bumped down to 4th. Matt Ray bumped him out. Let's see if Chad here can try to trade that favor back here. The 13.5-minute mark.
Nice, changing up from run number 1. He just did the 180 tail whip over that little Euro. Nice fakey hot bar down the stair set. Such an awesome original move to put in your run. Switch pegs up to manual. To Smith to nose. Chad's known throughout BMX for being able to connect lines via grinds and manuals. Oh man, he just did the switch ice, but looped out. We say loop out when the bike gets away from you and you're falling backwards right there. So, but here's that 180 tail whip. You can see how to get his feet in the right spot to be able to pull that fakie the right way. This is where he did the switch pegs up as well. When I say switch, you can see that there's 4 pegs on the bike. So every rider here favors one side over the other. There's no rhyme or reason either. It has nothing to do with you know, whether you're lefty or righty. It's just all about comfort. So Chad naturally is right side pegs, and he went up left on that side. So that means a switch.
So we'll have to look for more of him in round number 3, as we are just under 12.5 minutes left to go here. There's Garrett Reynolds. Garrett had an uncharacteristic slip up there in that first run. That's why you see him down there in the bottom of the pack right now. He's in 8th place.
Same start as he did to last run as well. Bar spin to manual, to tires, to double bar spin.
Wow. Are you kidding me?
Oh man, that's one of a kind right there. It really is. Did over crank arm right there. And I think that's where the crash was.
Oh,
nice. So that was a switch 180, switch bar spin over that rail to flat. Pegged up to switch tail whip, so opposite direction than his normal way.
Coming down to the final 10 seconds here.
Nice 180 whip down the stairs.
It's a flat on that.
Bar spin the manual is connecting in. This will count.
Yeah, as I say, he got into that before the buzzer sounded. So there you go. And I didn't want to say it before time and jinx it, but this is typically what he does. When he has a hiccup in one of these runs, he comes back and he just lays it down afterwards.
Yeah, just one run later than expected. That was it. But I love this. Look at that. Doing the bar spin twice, and he was one of the first people to ever do that. Well, he was the first person to do it on street for sure. I'll go out there and say that. He changed BMX with that. A lot of people caught on. But this is the 180 tail up on the way down the stairs. But look, you got to find the pedals because you got to go fakie. You got to make sure you stay nice and balanced so your free coaster doesn't engage. Definitely a high-risk trick.
And it's not surprising after that, he puts himself in the top spot. So we have a new leader at the end of round number 2. Garrett Reynolds is on top of the leaderboard here. So he's an 11-time street gold medalist, and he's paving the way right now to make it 12. Can he hang on? We'll find out when we come back to the CATF for Wendy's BMX Street.
Should've learned to pick my battles, should've thought a bit more. And didn't want to tell and tattle, we were already so sore.
XGames, as big as it is helping kids out there with this bullying prevention program. You know, it means so much to me because I was one of those kids, you know, that was different, did different things, you know, and now I'm here and I'm, you know, putting the biggest smile I can to the world to show everyone that being different is completely okay and you know, and positivity always wins. So keep going, whatever battles you're dealing with in life, keep going and, you know, make the impossible possible. Nothing's impossible.
Well, Shred Hate, the X Games Bullying Prevention Initiative, and I can't think of a better ambassador for that than a guy like Kevin Perazza. If you'd like to find out more, you can log on to xgames.com/shredhate. Here at Wendy's BMX Street, we had a big lead change at the end of the second round. It's that gentleman right there, Garrett Reynolds. He was at the bottom of the pack after a slip-up. He now finds himself in the #1 position, followed by Felix Prangenberg and Alex Donachie. However, it is far from over here at Wendy's BMX Street. There is still some time on the clock here. It is a jam session. It is the best run that counts here. And we started over again, back up the top of the order here with Matt Ray. Now, Matt had found himself in a bronze medal position, but after Garrett jumped up to that top spot, Matt now finds himself back on the outside looking in here. Can he put it together and jump back up here again, Scotty Kramer?
No, he definitely can't put it together. This guy is so talented. Oh, man, just messed up the rollout right there. It was a very, very difficult trick, though. He did that in the last run before that. Looks like he's going to be waving this one off, though.
I was going to say, as he came across there, he threw his hand up, so I guess he's waving that one off. Again, runs are 45 seconds in length. Just to recap, if you're just joining us, and if you fall, dab a foot, they sound that horn, that'll end the run early. But he looked like he just waved that one off as we're just under 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, I think he was conserving energy because, you know, when you mess up your first trick like that, you know it's not going to be your best score, and you definitely want to be able to bring your best out there. So I think he's looking for his next run.
So Kevin Perazza, you saw him on that Shred Hate piece when we came back from break, and here he is for run at #3, again competing in park, street, and dirt out here at X Games 2021. First to compete in all 3 of those disciplines at the same X Games.
That's a lot on his plate, but he's going to handle it with a smile on his face. Beautiful toboggan out of quarter pipe. Oh, man.
Oh, no, just gets hung up again.
Yeah, he was looking for a hard spin out of that, I think. Nice foot jam whip on the quarter pipe. So you can see that he's bringing a different style than the rest of these guys because he's got such a dedicated background in park and in dirt as well. So I love seeing the mix of different styles, though. That's what makes BMX BMX. Look at that. Kept that one together. Takes a hard 180 to full cab to fakie.
And a flare at the end of the buzzer right there. He's down. He's sitting in 8th place as of right now. with 8:45 and some change, 8:46 when I said that, to go on the clock.
How high that is. Look at that wall ride, the whip. He's above the camera guy's head for sure. Such a big move to start out your run with. And there's the flare to finish things off, just showing, you know, hey, I'm a park rider as well, but I will mix it up.
So that'll bump him up one spot. He overtook that number 7 spot, so that'll put him in 7. So take a look at Felix Prangenberg right now. He was your leader for the first round. He now finds himself in the number 2 position here in round number 3.
Barely hung on to that one with the fast plant 180 over. Pegs up to hard 540 once again and pulls it. Insane. Truck fakie to manual to 180 off of the ledge. I love hearing all the guys cheering him on in the background.
Just to say, you can hear the reaction from the other riders there.
Nice. Have kept down the stair set with some speed. Oh, he switched his feet up on that one. I was going to bring it up earlier. He's been switching his feet a ton riding. So you can do switch pegs, you can do switch spins, but now guys are doing switch feet. So it would be like, imagine this, a lot of guys are right foot forward, left foot forward. Switching your feet would be like kicking a ball with your other foot. It would just feel terrible. But imagine doing that while you're doing like a very high risk BMX trick. It takes a lot of confidence and a lot of skill.
So he'll stick with that first run as of right now. That's got him in a silver medal. Lewis Mills currently sitting in 6th place here. We are at 7 minutes. 7 minutes left to go here in Wendy's BMX Street.
That is 3 in a row now of doing that big tire ride down the rail to bar spin. Insane to see. Nice over Smith up to bar spin. I would love to see him be able to get this run because it's looking so good. Nice. He pulled it that time. Bringing some speed to the up rail, I think. Let's see. Switch up to the tail whip. That was so good.
Coming down to the final 10 seconds here.
Wow, ice pick grind manual.
Oh, bar to flat.
Yeah, switch as well. Nice, people to 3.
Oh, right there at the end.
That's a tough one because it's like he's like riding away.
Yeah.
You know, he's kind of in control, but he's just running out of real estate there. I don't think it'll affect him too much on his score with the judges if that.
Who put that obstacle there?
Yeah, but look at this. This is the switch pegs up, and then he does the tail whip out. Kicks the bike. It's coming around. Look at his feet. We're barely finding the bike. His foot ended up on top of the top 2. But I love this ice pick grind. You know, you're keeping the front end up. You're landing in the manual, keeping that going. And then he bar spin down, and that was a switch bar spin. He threw it with his right hand, so that means it was opposite. Different direction than he learned it.
So again, no scores out here. It's a live ranking, so that'll jump him up. He was in 6th pre-run, so that moves Lewis Mills up into 4th. So knocking on the door of podium contention here with just under 5.5 minutes.
Oh,
left
he
to
just
go here.
did crank arm up to pegs to hard 3 that time. He upped it from his previous run.
Once again,
and that's scary to think about.
This is Scotland's Alex Donachie.
Crooked to crook. So imagine that, crooked grind switching to over crook and then 180 down. He's doing it perfectly. Nice. To crooked grind to 180. His consistency on these technical tricks is just amazing to watch. It really is. All right, he's setting up for a trick on this up rail. Up crooked to 540. Are you kidding me? That was honestly ridiculous. So that was the trick he messed up before. He was setting up for that trick, and that was huge. What a way to end your run. But look at this. He started things out. Crank arm, 2 pegs to hard 360. He has to pop the bike up so high out of that peg grind to get that rotation. But this is the banger right here. Up crooked grind. And then he starts spinning so hard. He gets to 540. Gets the rotation. Corrects it a little bit, but kept momentum. So that's good to see.
So again, without scores, the judges is talking it over in the booth, and they put these guys in the order, the live ranking, the order they feel they should be in there. So Alex is going to stay in that bronze medal position for now. As we take a look at
right now.
high speed Dennis Anderson.
The the gap to Feeble again. That time he landed on it, so he didn't have to worry about sliding out. So Dennis, brings a lot of speed to his riding as well. He can do the technical rail tricks, don't get me wrong, but he's covering so much real estate on this course right now compared to somebody like Alex Donachie. It's just different styles, and that's what makes BMX so great.
What's he gonna do here with this final 10 seconds?
Tires to nobody can. Nice. He's got his new signature Vans on right now. Awesome to see. Oh, man.
Also a new dad. Has had their son Asa born at the beginning of this month, July 3rd. So we didn't get up here for a lot of practice coming in to X Games 2021.
Yeah,
it's an awesome picture
great to see.
on Instagram with his son.
Dad.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, listen, I don't have any children, but just seeing someone like Dennis Emerson, who I've known for so many years now, just so happy about his son, it's really cool to see.
So Chad Curley, the owner of 6 medals here in BMX Street, 2 gold, 1 silver, 2 bronze, finds himself in the number 6 position as of right now, pre-run.
Nice, he just did the fakey hop bar down the stairs again. Chad's definitely has a chance of getting on this podium, no doubt about it. He's just got to make these connections right here. Nice, get the bar spin out. I think he lost his X Games wristband right there. I wonder if he'll be allowed back in the course for the next run or not.
That 6th medal I mentioned was a silver from Real BMX in 2017.
That line was pretty ridiculous. This is really looking good. Nollie bar to manual to crooked to 180. Looks like it's going to be the end of the run right there. Wow, great run for Chad. Really great run.
So just under 2 minutes to go. One more rider to go in the rotation here. We may get another round of runs here, Scotty.
I hope we do, because this competition is too good to end. But look at this combination. Going committed all the way in the nose and then dropping down onto the back wheel. No brakes. He's just nothing but balance. Hops in with the toothpick hangover down that rail. Perfect. What a great line.
So as I mentioned, he was in 6th place pre-run there. See what happens with the ranking here for Chad as we await the all clear to bring Garrett Reynolds in. So looks like Chad's going to stay in that number 6 spot as of right now. So with 1:09 and counting down here, and again, the max run time is 45 seconds. We'll see if we go into round 4 here. But right now, you're taking a look at your current leader, who's also chasing an X Games BMX record tonight. This is Garrett Reynolds.
Oh, so he just had to put a foot down right there. Oh, he put 2 feet down on that one.
So with 41 seconds left, we're going to go back up to the top, and it looks like we are going to get another round of runs. So it is not over yet, Scotty.
Good. I wasn't ready to be finished with this one.
I want more. The fans want more. Well, guess what? You're going to get it here at Wendy's BMX Street. We're getting another round of runs, and we're back in. Last chance here for Matt Ray, sitting in that number 5 spot.
Oh, look at that. Oh, man, that was so close being able to pull that combination. Back again to Matt Ray. So talented when it comes to technical tricks and big tricks like that. If he wanted to, I've said this before, he could ride park, and he could definitely be a contender for sure. Nice. Full cab truck down that ledge. Bar spin to pegs. You see him kicking out the bike right there. That's the control speed, because all of these guys are brakeless. So to control speed when they have too much, they kick the bike out.
Flare again on that small transition, coming down to the final couple seconds, and that is going to do it here at Wendy's BMX Street for Matt Ray. So the jam session clock has run out. However, we do finish out the run order, so everybody gets the same amount of runs. So this will be the last round. Look at that bar 5.
Oh, it's beautiful. It was so high up, out of that small quarter pipe as well. He's got so much power when he rides. Nice quick flare. I've seen him flare even smaller, which is crazy to see. It looks like he's spent as well. I think he's happy that was his last run.
So Garrett Reynolds in that top spot, followed by Felix Prangenberg and Alex Donachie sitting in a bronze medal spot here. We are in the final round of runs here as we welcome back in one more time Kevin Perazza, how fast he's going that wall right there.
Yes,
You go.
he's got redemption on that wall to switch downside tail whip. Oh,
no!
man.
KP getting hung up there coming down the stairs.
Oh, bummer. Man, coming with that much speed and momentum, looked like it was going to work. Nice tire up to switch tail whip. So what's so cool about this too is, yes, this is his first street set. But when you're doing a trick like that, the nose to 360 out, he's getting respect of all the street riders around the world. I mean, he's already had it. Everybody in BMX loves this guy, but it's so cool to see him finally be able to be into a full-on street competition and the biggest one at X Games and be able to deliver like this. Great showing for Kevin Perazza.
So in 7th, you see him going up. Getting congratulations from Dennis Anderson and Chad Curley after that run right there. I mean, like I said it before, especially at the shred hay piece, one of the happiest guys you'll ever see on 2 wheels. Felix Prangenberg, we mentioned him, silver medalist from X Games Shanghai 2019. Looking at another silver medal right here tonight as of right now.
But he can upgrade from that. He's
sure
capable of getting the gold. His tricks are so crazy. Nice, he's got that hard 5, perfect. The run is looking good. He's got 30 seconds left too, so much time on the clock. There's that manual to 180 again. Just can't believe you can land that every single try.
Well, we mentioned that Shanghai silver a couple times. He just missed the podium at X Games Minneapolis that year. He had to settle for 4th, but no!
Man, what a tough break.
So that's going to do it there for Felix Prangenberg. However, this is his 4th X Games appearance, and as of right now, looking at potentially adding his 2nd medal to his trophy case. This is Lewis Mills in for his 4th and final attempt.
He did the tires again. That was his 4th time in a row of getting that successfully. Oh, he's missing up a couple cues on this one. I know the tricks that he wants to do, and it's having a little issues with it, but I think he's still going to put on a show for everybody. Bringing some speed to the up rail. Nice, pegs up hard 180 to full truck down it. Beautiful, flawless, it just looks so clean. Nice, over switch pegs to 180 out. See if we can connect this line at the buzzer. Nice. Switch pegs and then 180 out once again.
So sitting 1 spot out of the podium as of right now. He finds himself in that number 4 spot. And it looks like that is where he will stay with 4 riders left to go. We've got Alex Donachie, Dennis Anderson, Chad Curley, and Garrett Reynolds left to go. Alex sitting in that bronze medal spot as of right now. Again, this is the final round of runs here at Wendy's BMX Street.
This is ridiculous. The fact that he just landed those once again back to back. It's just mind-blowing. I just can't even believe it. Look at that. Predator crook to 180. Nice toothpick manual. Crooked grind, kept it going, popped it back over too. So he's at 17 seconds right here. He did that huge crooked grind to 540. Crooked grind, oh, just once again, didn't get the top. I'm only giggling at that body placement right there. I mean, these guys have been riding hard for 4 runs straight now, doing their biggest and baddest tricks, so I do not blame him for taking a quick little break.
So he will stay in that number 3 spot. Dennis Anderson setting the playlist there, figuring out what he wants to listen to in this 4th and final run.
Nice, awesome angle following Dennis with the skate cam right there. That was cool, 360 down there. Bringing speed to the big wall ride again. Nice. Got the feeble to ball and gets that one. Likes to grind up and over the A-frame. Switch whip. He's got such a cool switch whip. The way his legs kick out. Lock it in the crooked around the long rail. Oh, he just didn't have the speed to make it all the way up there. He still managed to get the tires to nobody can now. Oh, and he pulls it that time. The fast plan 180 down the stair set.
His earphones came out halfway through that run. That didn't look like it felt too good, slapping him in the face, ripping around that course for half of that run. So again, congratulations to Dennis and Odessa for the addition to their family. Asa born July 3rd. But here we go with Chad Curley. He's the last guy on the outside of the podium that could shake up our top three. Can he get it done in this last run?
Up rail bar to start it off. He didn't do that one yet today. Nice truck down the stairs. Pegs up to nose. Oh, nice. Popped right off the ledge. Chad is one of the best nose wheeling guys in the world for sure. He's been doing them for years. Nice, good line right there for Chad. Straight to the flare. He's still got 10 seconds on the clock. Oh, no! Oh, he had to put the foot down.
A tough break there for Chad Curley. But with one guy left to go, you know what that means. Garrett Reynolds is going to get the victory lap out here, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to make it 12 X Games street gold medals. That is going to make it 14 gold medals overall. And he still gets one more run, everybody.
He's not going to slow down.
No.
He's going to keep it going. And amazing to see him pull that at 182 backwards, toothpick grind 180 out. Nice bar to bar again. And you guys get to see right now, in my opinion, the most talented BMX rider to ever do it. I mean, out of anybody out there, first to be able to touch their bike and just have that much control, that much confidence, and the level of tricks, there is nobody like Garrett Reynolds. And we're seeing it right now over and over again. Look at that. Up rail to 180 switch down whip. Look at this. Did the air to the manual. The bar spin down the stairs. And tonight he is making history. It's amazing to see it. And everybody that is there riding with him, they just love that Garrett is just riding at this level consistently. And he feeds off of that. I mean, if it wasn't for these guys, Garrett wouldn't be able to keep on pushing himself the way he has.
So Alex Donaghy walks out with the bronze. Felix Prangenberg takes the silver, and Garrett Reynolds makes it 12 total street gold medals, 14 overall. He now ties Dave Mira and Jamie Bestwick for most BMX gold in the history of the X Games. We talked about him chasing history out here tonight, and he has done just that, Scotty.
This is just amazing. He's only one medal behind Shaun White now.
That is just absolutely insane. And remember, he had that hiccup in that first run right there. He was at the bottom of the pack and then comes out in round two and just lays it down.
Oh, I love that trick, though. He did that one every single time, that 182 backwards toothpick grind to 180 out. But just so clean. Everything that he does just looks perfect. He has so much confidence in his riding. Amazing to see.
So yet another amazing street performance out of Garrett Reynolds. So right now, let's send it down to Jack Matrani.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Congratulations, Garrett Reynolds. Your 14th gold medal, tying you with Jamie Bestwick and Dave Mira into the GOAT category. How special is that, just hearing that in your career? Can you even believe that you're here right now?
No, I really can't. Just being in, being in that same company with Jamie Bestwick and Dave Mira, those are the best of the best. So it's an absolute compliment to be, my name be up with theirs.
Well, congratulations, you've deserved it. And from practice all the way through the competition, everybody was on their A game. What did it take to get it done here tonight?
Same thing it always does, just like a solid run. The thing is, street riding takes a lot of energy, and when you're out there, you got to kind of change your tricks around a little bit. If you can feel what tricks to do and what tricks not to do.
Thank you so much. Congratulations one more time.
Thank you,
Garrett
appreciate
Reynolds,
it.
ladies and gentlemen, 14 gold medals. Are you kidding me?
So Garrett Reynolds with yet another amazing performance here at the X Games in BMX Street. So BMX Street, one of the most technical events out here when it comes to X Games. It was an all-out fight, but in the end, Scotty, it's Garrett Reynolds that etches his name even further into the X Games history books by adding his 14th total gold medal and tying Dave Mira and Jamie Bestwick along those ranks.